pull. Charles and me about to take you on guitar safari. So turn on your computer, turn on your phone, 'cause it's about to go down. One volume, one tone. Yeah, Charles and me, we're about to take you on guitar safari. Turn on your computer and turn on your phone, 'cause it's about to go down. One volume, one tone.
Hello, everybody. It's Friday night, time for Guitar Safari, and we got not a Seth or Matt.
Right at the last minute, I was like, wait a minute.
So how you doing?
Hanging out. Finally the weekend.
Here we go. It is finally the weekend, 3-day weekend. I'm excited because I was tired.
Oh, I got the Red Bull. Here we are. Sugar free.
Hey, you're in the wrong spot. We're going to move you over. There you go. Get that right.
Well, I don't have all the sound effects nor the little man.
There you go.
I have a big scary man in the corner.
We're not going there. Right, so Matt has been briefed. He knows he's supposed to be annoying, and he's supposed to get off topic. And so, be prepared.
Butter!
Oh, that was
Let's wake
nice.
everybody up.
Okay, so let's see who we got in the chat, Matt. We got Dan Gorman, who said it's good to be here. Well, it's good to have you here, Dan. We got Dennis Ellis, peace sign there. Awesome. We have Cushman NYC saying, "What's up, Charles and Matt?"
Cool.
We got Time Surfing Alien, who was in early and said, "See you in 30, fellas." He thought we were actually going to show up. Randy Crook says, "Hello, fellow Safarians. Hey, Charles and Seth. I had a fun last night with Ben the Mushroom birthday." Yeah, that was quite the thing. I hated to leave. I hated to stop watching, but I got paged. Let's see. We got Michael Krause who says, "Who is this Matt? And what have you done with Seth? Is there a demand for ransom?" Yeah, but I don't know if we're paying it. I just don't know if we're paying it.
I was the deal.
Unfucking believable is saying, "Yo, Chatosphere."
What it?
We got Ken from the West Coast, Hit Metalworks, saying cheers.
Ken.
We got brother Ben Coombs, who apparently has recovered from the mushroom masquerade last night.
Or has he?
Feel free to fill us in on that, by the way. We got Ferd Burfel, my fellow Texan from East Texas there. Let's see. No, they're all talking to each other. Let's see. Oh, we got Dastardly Day saying sup all.
What up, Dave?
And here's one of my favorite ones. I chuckled when this came across, Matt. I forgot I had this another tab. Made me jump.
I do that.
I've done it all. Do it all the time.
In fact, it happened today, just now, when he started the show. I was like, oh, no. Echo.
Welcome in, Steve Cassidy Guitar. Fella from across the pond, just having a good time. We got BC Rich 581 saying hola to hip.
What up?
Glenn Michael Thompson saying hello to everybody. Let's see. You know, the horrible thing about this is I always worry I'm going to miss somebody. We got Steve Reeser saying hi, Charles, Matt, everyone.
What up?
We got Time Surfing Alien on. He's lurking. Got to make some food. Okay, but you got to share with the crowd. Got to share with the group. We got brother Zach Thong, who's showing off awesome acoustic guitar. Got to meet his uncle the other night on
that was cool.
On the Buffalo meeting. Yeah, it was great. We got Guitar Man 45 saying hello to both of us.
What up, Bo?
Hello, Bo. We got Blue Mock saying, "Ayo, everyone."
What
Charles,
up,
Matt
what up,
Chatters.
what
Oh, you
up?
did your Ayo.
Everybody says
You know, does it? Like, Dastardly Dave saying hello to Blue Mocks. We got
Imagine my surprise.
Hey,
What up, Mike?
working and listening. Hey, everybody.
In the hanging around
Yeah,
some like
Seth does look kind of
Australians.
Seth does look kind of funny today, doesn't he?
I didn't take my depression pills. I'm a little sad today.
And you're all soft, right? Bro Coli saying howdy, friends.
What up?
Howdy to Matt. I love your tunes, bro.
Thank
What
you.
are we drinking? Well, you know, a fella's went completely Texan tonight with the Shiner Bock.
Red Bull and the Vichman water.
There you go. And to full disclosure, before the Shiner Bock, I had a Negro Modelo. So
Oh, nice. That's one of my favorites.
the fella likes his dark beers, man.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
I
see.
just don't like what they do to me in the middle of the night.
Well, that's a problem for another time.
For the middle of the night.
The older I get, the more they tear me up the next day. But it's a problem for another time. Welcome, Stephen Monchmarcelli. Let's see. Well, River Docs has made his way
What
in.
up?
Hello there, River Docs. Martian Murray saying howdy to all. Patrick Trice saying good AA. Charles 75 in. Matt Fellow Guitar Geeks. Love it. I absolutely love this community, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. And so that catch. Oh, we got and Martian Murray, another
Nice.
fellow Texan. Really cool beard. Really cool beard.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous because I could, I could grow that beard, but mine would all be gray. But I never get that far because my wife is like, it's time.
I get to the heat point where the sweat starts to build up, and I'm just like, I can't take it anymore.
Yeah. You get that point. There's that midpoint where it's so itchy.
It's just too much going on.
Yeah, we got Gear Junkie 35 that's made his way in.
What up?
Well, Matt, I constructed the topic with you in mind because I heard a rumor that 1/3 of your guitar arsenal is baritones.
If not extended range of some sort.
and being relatively new to guitar, I don't understand the need for a baritone. So maybe you could help me out here.
Well, baritone could be used as a 6-string bass with a chimier sound. Or you could use it for more like a filler. So like you got your standard 3-chord progression. You can play it in an extension on the baritone and add the extra notes to the scale that you wouldn't normally have, as well as the bass guitar on top of it. So you have your low, mid, and highs all covered. A lot of country guys did that back in the day.
So, I mean, what are the advantages to it when you're playing with a group? Because if you're playing with a group, you got a bass player, right? So, So if you already got a bass player, what's the advantage to playing with a baritone?
In a traditional sense, so the baritone guys would play more off of what the guitar player is doing, less of what the root's doing, and the bass player would play more of the root with the drummer. Yeah, I saw that. So it would just be like a lower tuned guitar, a guitar tuned to B, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Or you would have a bass 6 standard, and usually you don't have a bass player when you have one of those.
So how do you deal with fellas that say things like this, Matt?
I remind him that the baritone typically came from country music.
Here you go. Steve Cassidy guitar is going to bat for you. He says he loves the baritone.
They're fun. It's different.
March says not a Seth, looks more like a Sith. But Seth contacted me the other day, and he's got a student that he is supporting tonight. And as a teacher, nothing better that you can do go be in one of your kids' corners for a little bit.
Yeah.
So, and Matt was gracious enough to step in and co-host with me. But I said there's some rules. You got to be slightly annoying. You got to take things off topic.
I'm not good at these things.
Yeah.
I can be annoying, but I'm always on topic.
That's true. Bo is hitting back. He says, in other words, you don't really need one.
I mean, I don't think in that sense you need one either. For what I use it for is the opposite of what we consider the traditional use of it. I'm using it for the lower range tuning, so the scale length, I can have a fatter string and tune down even crazier.
Mm-hmm.
Like Chris was saying, drop Z, you know. So I've recently discovered that I can tune all the way down back to drop C, but in like the third octave down.
How do you keep that straight?
It's a lot of processing. It's a whole lot of not real anymore.
Do you like pick it up sometimes and just kind of get lost in the middle of where you are?
So the way I approach it is at that point it's no longer a guitar anymore. As far as like musically as I'm writing, it's just another electric instrument of some kind, or you know, I can make it sound like a synth, or I can make it sound like a guitar, or I can make it sound like, you know, just absolute noise and chaos. It really, when I pick up a standard tune guitar, I'll play more melody based guitar style stuff versus when I pick up one of my baritones, they're tuned to some crazy tunings that are only made to do one thing. And that's go, what? Is that even in tune? And the answer is no.
Tuning's not really that important.
It's kind of irrelevant when I'm pushing everything's pitch around with a pitch shifter anyway, you know.
Yeah. Well, Steve Cassidy Guitar says, shout out to Mark Lettieri for bringing the baritone voice to the funk genre.
Oh, yeah. But I think it was a bass 6 style setup.
And Patrick Trice says he tried a baritone once. The tuner kind of throws him off. A bass 6 is more to his liking, though.
So yeah, standard baritone would be like a 7-string without the high E. If you can wrap your brain around that. So it'll all still chord the same. It's just you have a different second note versus if you had a 7-string, you could have all of them and it would be in the correct tuning.
It's too much for me.
So take the string away, you have to add the scale length.
Right.
and then there you go.
Oh.
Now, bass 6 tuning just means that it's tuned to the same octave as a bass guitar, but you have the extra higher strings.
Well, Bob says, unless you have the Harry Christian Duke play one on the floor, it's a bass. Yeah. It's a guitar. Oh, my.
Well, that's what I said. Basically, when I'm writing with those style, it's no longer a guitar or bass. It's just an electric instrument at that point.
Ben says tune to standard 440 and call it a day.
That's boring.
You can't have it that simple, can you, Matt?
No. Well, that's why I have so many guitars. You know, they're all different.
Now, do you granted, because you have all the baritones there, and they're all in different tunings.
For the most part.
Do you pick them up and forget which one's in? Have you?
No, because it's typically a specific instrument. I get it for that tuning because it does a thing for that tuning. You know? Like the thinner sounding pickups for the lower stuff. As I get lower, the thinner the pickups are going to get. The more gain the pickups will have.
So you pretty much got to identify in your mind, this guitar is in this one.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
Well, Dashley Dave wants to know what pitch shifter you're using.
I use 2 pitch shifters. The older style whammy from Digitech. Because the older one has the jank button. Right here.
Mm-hmm.
So you go into classic mode, it makes it really janky, and I like that a lot. And then I'm also running the Whammy DT, which is the big version. I can move this. That has the drop. It has the drop tuner on it and everything.
You're in the inner sanctum now, folks. Oh wow.
So
It takes up all the space.
yeah. So this is just a standard setting. This is before the amp, and that's the loop. So if that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Usually I'll have that second one directly after that one. And
Oh, you got one going into the other, huh?
right.
Want to welcome in Herb at Fireside Studios. Hope you're doing well, my friend. And Mitch Heyman, who's going to be on later on with Charles Green. So check those fellas out in a couple hours. Let's see. Herb and Randy are going back and forth. I wonder what Randy is starting to listen to tonight. Yeah. So Patrick wants to know how many guitars you have standard. How many standard 6-string guitars do you have? So we did some counting before the show, and he's not quite done yet.
9. 9. Yeah, it's 9. I have 9 standard tuned guitars, which is 8 more than I had before I started hanging out with Ben. And Ken. Now I have extra acoustics because I hang out with Ken as well. Which I've already blown through those strings.
Bo is reporting in that now the Warmoth belt guitar he just picked up is exciting. It's a Tele thin line, so it's pretty cool.
Nice.
I like it. I like the thin line Teles because they're, I like a semi hollow guitar. I know Mr. Coombs is not a fan. This problem, but I it's got an F-hole. It's got to be good.
I don't know. There's some fake F-holes out there.
There's real a-holes out there too, but that's another.
Oh, I'm really failing.
Butter!
And Chris is saying Matt doesn't own guitars. He owns electric Bayhem noise machines. Oh, that's for sure.
I named an instrument I made last night noise machine. I didn't know what else to call it.
Love it. Yeah, Michael Cross is saying, yep, Whammy DT is a big pedal for
That's
sure.
a monster, yep. But it does all the things I need in one.
Blue Mox is reporting in that one pedal is half his full kit. Welcome in, Keith H. You are here, my friend.
What up, Keith?
Let's see. Glenn Michael Thomas says he likes his bass, basic.
Oh, those are cool.
Series Hellcat. He uses it as a bass and play chords on the upper notes.
Yeah.
It's kind of its own instrument.
Yeah, see, he gets it. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. I played one of those Hellcats. I like them a lot. It's got the single coils in it, I do believe. I like an reverse headstock. What up, pups?
And Bird Burfle's in the process of building a thin line telly, so pretty cool. Want to see that project when it gets done. So Ben says, he did his typical Friday after the show last night, listened to several albums on vinyl, tripping away. So the fella's still on a journey, is what he's saying there, man.
I have receipts. Just saying. He's like, oh, look at this. I'm like, yep, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. He's still going.
I'm looking forward to the hang later because I need the update.
I can tell you at one point, a fellow was staring at the ceiling listening to some lap steels.
That might explain the video I got sent to me at work this morning.
It's probably the same video. It was some good listening, I'm not going to lie.
And Zach Fong thinks you definitely have some very cool guitars.
Zach has some cool guitars.
Yeah, Zach has some really cool guitars.
Oh, yeah.
I get jealous every time I look at those.
Yeah, especially the backs. Holy crap, dude.
Ben says I don't like thin line pickups, wide range. Now, see, my thin line has standard Tele pickups in it. So, And we got Quentin James with the old dear Lord. Well, Quentin's scheduled to come on right after us, so that we have to make sure we don't burn up his time.
No, there's no more Timu Matt because of the tariffs, Q.
I love it. I love it. And yes, Matt is having his show tonight at
yes,
1 p.m. Eastern.
Somewhere around 1 a.m.
and saying hi to Q. Love it. So Steve Cassidy Guitar saying, have you ever tried a Fender subsonic baritone conversion neck?
In fact, I have one sitting right over there.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
And so this is just like a baritone neck. You put it on a regular guitar, I would imagine.
Yeah, and it'll you can have them up to 30, so it's 27, 28, and 30-inch scale length.
Wow.
I'll tell you what they don't fit on is a standard Mexican-style Telecaster body. You have to have them tapered.
Oh, that's interesting.
Found that out the hard way. And the guy did not want to do it. He's like, your fretboard's going to come off. I was like, it'll be fine.
Wait, but the standard Telecaster, the Mexican Telecaster body is the same as the Fender one.
I think the neck is made for a certain one, and I just wasn't paying attention.
Okay. And Glenn Michael Thompson loves the semi-hollow guitars. That's right. You're going to be in the right place.
All the neck. So that's a 28 and a half.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened to the paint? The paint's missing on the back of your guitar there. Oh, okay. It was just the angle.
Yeah. I just did a standard black stain.
Nice.
I did that acid stuff to open up the pores.
Mm-hmm.
And then I sanded it smooth and realized that I got rid of all that work I did to open the pores.
Of course.
Like, okay, I learned something today. And let's see if I can get the bevel. You can see where it had to be beveled out.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the guy was very reluctant, but he's a very good guy, so he did a very good job.
That's the kind of thing you take your time with.
He's a woodworker, and he's like, I don't really do guitars. I was like, but you did that fence post over there.
Guitar neck fence post. What could go wrong?
He's like, I mess with some acoustic guitars, but look, this is not an acoustic guitar. He's like, what is this, a bass guitar? I was like, yes.
Oh, my.
So the other thing was I had to get the, there's a different bridge. This one's a bit longer.
Okay, so not only did you have to change out the neck, but you had to change out the bridge to get the right scale length.
Correct. And doing those two things, it's very, like... So it wasn't like I had to do anything too crazy, except for the neck, obviously. But if you get the right body, you wouldn't have to deal with that. But, like, the pickup still sits in the same spot. But the string holes and the way that this bridge works, I can't change it. Say, like, I wanted a hip shot. I was going to swap it over, but the hip shot doesn't line up.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the way this body's set up.
Well, it looks like you made all the decisions to make this as difficult as possible.
I was just buying parts and slapping them together.
You went with the reverse headstock on top of it all.
Well, that's how the supersonic comes. It's to give you the extra string length.
Uh-huh.
You flip the headstock over.
There you go. Okay. See?
But the fact that it was actually a licensed headstock, I mean, I was like, yes, must have it. But all the guts are standard American Fender noiseless. I had that laying around, so I stuck them in. And I just put like a hotter volume pot in it.
There you go.
So it's not, in Ben's theory on a Telecaster, this is very much not a Telecaster anymore. it just has a Telecaster pickup in it. That's about it. That's kind of where it ends. It makes Telecaster noises just in a different way.
It makes Telecaster noises just slightly different.
Yeah, I've named it the Doomcaster.
I like it. It's got that look about it, doesn't it? Well, Michael Krause says, so if someone was to buy their first baritone, what would you suggest? That cheap McKnight one, that cheap one McKnight demoed?
I'm not sure which one he demoed. Was it
I don't know which one he demoed either.
Sub-Zero or what was the other one? Oh, I do know what you're talking about. I did see that. Yeah, those are all right. Gretsch makes one as well, and that one's only like $400. I have 3 of those.
Because one wasn't enough.
One has a Bigsby, one has a Hardtail, and one has an Evertune.
And they're all black.
No, 2 of them are brown and 1 silver. They don't make a black one. Well, they do, but I couldn't get it.
Here you go. Ferd says he's using a standard Telebridge pickup and a mini humbucker in his thin line. Okay.
Nice.
Cool. Very nice. Welcome in, Jimmy Byer. What's up?
Yeah. Also a symmetry.
So Ben says, is it true that all baritones have neck dive due to the scale length?
No. My Revolta is surprisingly balanced.
Is it more of a factor with yours? I mean, how many of yours have that kind of neck dive? You got 10 of them. How many have the neck dive?
The Jackson, because it has a big crazy headstock. And that's the only one I can really think of. The Gretches are so body heavy that they don't really have too much of an issue. The one with the Evertune is heavier, even after they remove that chunk of wood out of the back of it. It's heavier than it's about the same heaviness as the one with the Bigsby. Baritone cigar box would be cool.
Yep. No. I can only imagine that. So a baritone with 3 strings?
I think it's 4.
4.
Like this doesn't really try to go anywhere. I think it all depends.
Welcome in, Greasy Monkey Guitars.
Would it? And the funny thing is the Jackson's like a brand new guitar. That one has the worst head dive.
Well, hello there, Trev. How you doing?
It's also one of the lightest guitars I own. But that one for sure, because the headstock is, upside down. Kind of ridiculous. But it's all, single piece.
So do you have in of all your baritones, do you have a favorite baritone?
Well, yeah, the Revolta by far. Because it's so versatile. Most of the baritones I have either sound like a really thin bass guitar, or they sound like pure death metal machines.
Mm-hmm.
The Revolta's happy medium, so you can go either way with it. Basically, I can do nice cleans, whereas with this guitar, they're so hot. This is the Nazgul and Sentient. They're so hot that you can't really clean it up very good without losing all your preamp.
Wow.
Solar one's really nice. The Solar one is very similar to this Jackson. But the Revolta has a P90 in it. And a bunch of switches that do all kinds of fun stuff. Plus, it looks like a cowboy guitar.
Oh. I do like this one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, double bound. Yep.
Big old.
I forgot that one was double bound.
Oh, yeah. It says Novo on the back of it, really small. it's there.
It's there. It counts.
And then you have a phase when you have the 2 on, and then you have a coil tap for the humbucker.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And this one, 28 and a half, or just 28. I forget which, but it's in the 28s.
Well, and I think that's maybe one of the things that you and I have in common. We like those kind of weird looking guitars.
Mm-hmm.
think they're a little bit unique that other
My
people
whole
don't
wall
maybe
of just
don't have.
weird guitars. Yeah, I have a Mosrite baritone. I have an airline baritone. These are weird looking guitars.
Mhm. So Steve is saying Rob Massad used to tune his standard length chap into baritone tuning. Should he go to prison?
No, we've all done it. And then we just give in and go to the baritones and we learn to play with our hands really spread apart.
Oh my. Mm. So I think, Matt, maybe we need to convert some folks because I think it's time. You got to make the case of why everyone should have at least one baritone.
Well, this is definitely the wrong community. Unless there are super hardcore country players that want to do some traditional that would call for a baritone. The other reason in the modern day you would have a baritone is most of them are just metal guys playing heavy metal with the baritones. Ben immediately said, "Didn't convert me." And he had one. Does he still have? Do you still have that?
Well, he had that bass
Squire?
6.
Yeah.
He had the bass 6 that he got rid of, but
Okay, he did get rid of it. Yeah. I couldn't remember if that guy came and got it or not.
I think he did. I think he
Lifestyle
finally-
choices, you know.
That guy was cool.
Yeah.
Well, Steve's got 2 baritones.
There you go. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You sold it. Yeah.
The arthritis machine.
That was a nice looking bass 6 too. The one he
Yeah, I like those.
I remember when he sent the picture. I was like, "Yes, get it." Just get it.
I had one of those Squires. I had a Dan Electro, and that was right before I got the Gretsch. Once I got the Gretsch was a little lower output, but it just felt like a Gretsch. So the Dan Electro got sold, and so did the other one. And I bought 2 more Gretches. Sorry.
That makes sense. So you found something you liked. Why not, right?
Well, I had just started hanging out with you guys, and I got a couple guitars. I was like showing them off, and I was like, "Hey, I just got this one too." And Ben's like, "You have 2 of them." I was like, "He's like, 130-inch scale length baritone wasn't enough. You have both." He's like, "Well, one has a Bigsby on it. God damn it!" And then I told him how I acquired it was by trading in a Dan Electro, and he was like, "Yeah, that's fine then."
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, that's fine then.
Listen, Steve Cassidy guitars. He uses his baritones for atmospheric filter.
I'm all about this right now.
I love it.
Opeth don't need no baritones. Well, I mean, you don't know. They might have used them in the studio.
Bo says, "I guess I can come up with some tunes using the baritone."
Yeah, I mean, it's just another. It's another area in the middle of a guitar and a bass guitar to do.
Oh, come
fun
on, Zach.
things.
Maybe you do and just don't know it.
Don't use what I use it for as an example.
Welcome in, John ZD351. He says, "I got offered a baritone guitar but turned it down. I'm still trying to figure out 5 strings in standard." Get you.
It's just lower.
I'm still struggling with standard 6 string. So yeah, I get that for sure.
So you could tune it to standard tuning. It's an octave down.
Yeah.
It makes chords a little harder to do.
Now, is there something that you've written and produced and played the baritone on that someone wouldn't have thought it was a baritone guitar?
I don't know. I suppose a lot of that ambient stuff, a lot of people hear in the background of the heavier stuff I'm doing, you may not think that's done on the baritone. Mm-hmm. But a lot of times that's being pitch shifted up. So it doesn't even sound like a guitar anymore.
Oh, John, I know how you feel.
You heard the most recent project. Did that sound like baritone guitars?
Well, I wouldn't have thought so, but it's like I listen to your stuff and I'm always amazed at the sounds that you're getting, and I really dig it. And I was just like, I wouldn't even know where to start, but
Well, like one of those, like the reason I tune the 2 strings step apart is for that, for you, the harmonics you can hit. It's horror movie-esque, so you're already halfway there, less thinking. So you just think about chug, chug, chug noise, chug, chug, chug noise, noise, chug, chug noise.
Zach's laughing now. He's like, yeah, I don't even know what I would use a baritone guitar for. I would just take a string. Oh.
Well, I mean, baritones are 6 strings. Well, most of them. There are 7 and 8 string baritones.
Vox Guitar Rock says has to tune to the cowbell or nothing.
I have a really big cowbell. Subsonic. Keith, I'm scared.
Matt in his shirt or DNA twins.
This is my brand logo. The Loneliest Hermit.
That's cool.
I have a clothing line. I just don't keep up on it. It's expensive, man.
That's right. His stuff is tough.
Yeah, if you go to the loneliesthermit.com, I still own that property.
Okay, so
I don't know how much longer.
Loneliesthermit.com. You can get all your mat wear there.
Well, not anymore. You can go read some really sad stuff. There's a lot of that. The merch store got shut down because they changed a bunch of stuff, and the total cost of shipping changed. And instead of messing with any of it, I just suspended it until everything gets sorted back out, and then I'll reactivate it.
Here you go. Well, Ben says, I think we've all learned tonight that Matt clearly needs a hug.
Don't touch me!
And Glenn Michael Thompson's got an airline electric mandolinda.
Nice, those are cool. Mandola.
That's going to be mandola. Okay. For basically the same reasons. I'd get a baritone or down tune the 6 string with heavier strings. Yeah. Starts with a baritone, the next thing you have a harp. Oh boy. So what can we expect on the show later tonight? What's going on there?
Madness, as per usual. Pretty much, I've got a couple new songs to play, a couple old songs to play. I think Chris has a couple new songs to play. Plus, it's always fun to hang out, a little after midnight when everybody's already partaken in their...
Oh, yeah, in their substances.
In their choices of lifestyle.
So, if you really want to see the show, don't be like Charles. Set an alarm for 1 p.m. Eastern. Once you fall asleep, it'll wake you back up.
It's also open panel too, so if you play guitar and you want to come hang out and play guitar on stream, it's a place you can do that. You may or may not say I may have ripped off a show that I frequently am on Sundays.
Did you really?
Just at more of a later hour because night people.
Michael Krause wants to know if you have a puppet.
I mean, it's not really a puppet, more of an animatronic.
Well, hello there, Eddie Fay. Welcome in.
I should have angled him so I could point the camera at him. He's like hidden in the corner.
Yeah, Jack's heard that some people in Queen are having issues with their vendors when it comes to merch stores.
Yeah,
it's like everything else in the community that supports us. It's like everything started out great and then they mess everything. They changed StreamYard and they did this and they did that.
The biggest issue with the merch I ran into is my designs are they have a lot of different colors and details. Mm-hmm. Now I could dumb down stuff, but then they wouldn't look as cool,
Right. And then the more colors you use, the more they want to charge.
Right. That the lowest I could get this shirt was $30, and I make like I think I make like $4 off of that. Like I don't have really an issue with that, but then they're double charging me for processing and shipping because I want all this extra. Plus, there's like a tag in the back that has the brand name and size and all that shit. Plus my logo.
Yeah, Bo, he does have a show tonight. 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Eastern. 1 a.m. Eastern, excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah, Bo's a frequent. He'll come show up.
My PM's all mixed up there.
You know
So
that
Zach
video I
said-
was trying to fucking...
He's going to take a nap after this, and he'll be right with you.
Ready to go? I was trying to do this video, and then it turned out it had a bunch of watermarks on it.
And Vox says, just because I show up doesn't mean I can play guitar. Love it.
Tomfoolery.
Oh.
So maybe there'll be a music video released tonight. Maybe.
And Matt's got a video project he has got rendering as we speak. And so if you see
Depends
a
on
little
if it works.
he's Matrix, that's what's going on.
Yeah, if I disappear and come back, you know what happened.
What does that convert to mountain time? So Central Time would be midnight, and Mountain Time would be 11 p.m. Correct?
You're asking the wrong feather. I play in the middle position only. No, I'm kidding.
And if you folks have not been over to Matt's channel, you guys are missing out. So, no, hop in on that link and check him out.
We do fun metal things. And
Let's see.
other stuff. Sometimes.
We have an update from Blue Mox. My brother Ed is now using all 4 fingers on the fretboard.
There you go. Wait a
There
minute.
you go. They
That makes sense, right? I had to look. I'm like, what?
They get together, and Blue Mox has been trying to help bring Ed along.
Yeah.
Because Ed will only listened to his brother for so long. Not that I even know what I'm doing.
Oh, I don't have patience. I'm like,
Yep.
look, this is how it goes. I can't do it.
Yep, just drop it in here. Push. All right, let's see. Zach thought that T-shirt is one cool design.
Appreciate it.
Is that shirt still available, Matt? Can you?
Well, if I open the store back up, they're all still available.
Okay.
It's just a matter of putting money into the storefront so that they'll print shirts when you order them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, when you come back on, let me know. I want to get one of those.
I'll probably just end up sending you one because that's how that works. I ran out and then I haven't re-upped. I've been selling them basically out of my trunk. AKA, I've been just giving them to everybody. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I make nothing on these, and then I make double nothing because I just give them away. Actually, I had to pay to send them to Trev and Ben and all that. They were like, nah. Not in Canada, bud. You're going to pay for that. It was fun.
Blue Mox says he thinks Annette and him have Annette and I more after we've had a few drinks. Sure. Of course. Everything's better after a couple drinks, right, Matt?
Hell yeah.
Hey there, William DeSilva. We'll start. Start
up?
over. I thought I started at 6. Well, no, we didn't start at 6. We started at 7. Well, it is. We start at 7 p.m. Central, which is 6. But you're in Pacific, so no. I'm not doing time math. I can't.
Did you math? Because I don't know how to math.
I don't know how to math either. Oh boy.
Downloading completes. What are you talking about? I'm probably never going to use this program again. I'll probably just post whatever it spits out and be like, fine, there it is.
Yeah, and BC Rich says surgery probably isn't better after a couple of drinks. That depends on who's doing the drinking.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some doctors are really steady after they've been drinking.
Some of them need a drink to be steady.
I swear to God, when I heard the doctor, when I was passing out, he was saying a recipe.
Well, hello there, friends. Guess what we're making today? Butter.
So William got his crabification benzene VH4 delivered today. And he says this amp absolutely rips.
Nice. That's
Nice.
what's up.
New amp day for William De Silva.
Jealous.
Yeah, I knew he was doing the surgery. Sure. You all had the same thought.
Gonna be fine.
It'll
Just
be
close your eyes.
It's all gonna be fine.
As the anesthesia kicks in, you're like, wait. No, not yet.
Oh, well, hello there, Ian and Indy.
What up? What is this image? Wait a minute, is he in Indiana Jones? Is that what's going on?
I think so. Him as Indy.
Is he like trapped in there? Do you need us to get you out?
Do you need us to send help? Oh my.
I still don't know where it went, so I'm probably just gonna give up at this point.
Oh, your video?
Mm-hmm. It looks pretty cool, but like I can't get it to actually allow me to download it or move it or do anything with it.
Oh
It's
my.
like- it's stuck in the matrix. I wanted more doom and gloom, and I guess I gave it too much.
You gave it too much. It's not suitable for viewing.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It did ask me if I was 18 many times.
Did it really?
Oh yeah, I wonder why. Oh, because there's boobies. What? There's boobies? All right, now we have to get it out of here. Jesus Christ.
All right, so for the rest of the show, Matt's gonna share his screen as we go hunting.
I don't know if I can share this. I have to like pre-watch whatever this clip is to see what it is.
Suddenly we get cut off.
I mean, it's cool, but that's definitely full frontal. Uh-oh. I didn't know it could do that.
Graphite Cigar says, "Why does Matt's studio look like an elevator in hell, delivering him to the bottom floor?"
Well, it is the bottom floor.
Monch
You'd be
wants you to
correct.
know we're all over 18 here.
It's true. This is true. But, you know, YouTube and all.
Yes.
And if this is monetized in any way, shape, or form, it will not
Hello
be.
there, Richard Clark.
Would it?
Yeah, Matt Hip says you're being a gatekeeper.
Well, Hip already knows he's going to see it later anyway. Because I'll send it to him like, look at this. You won't believe this shit. I wish I had a way of like...
AI is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, really. Because now it's not even fully AI. It's a mixture of like the book I wrote piped into AI. The AI made a prompt, like a script.
Mm-hmm.
And then I fed the script into a program that renders for like movie people to give an idea to somebody, like to pitch an idea. There's this
Right.
AI software that does that. So I'm trying it to see what it does, and it's pretty epic. It's probably some of the best. Like everybody has the right amount of fingers, and anatomy all looks correct, and movement looks real. And all I got to say is, Hollywood people, you all are in trouble. This only cost me $60.
Get your game together, folks. Get your game together.
Or to hire a guy from Fiverr was going to cost me over $1,000
Oh my.
to make like the video that I want, you know?
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I want cinematic. You heard how epic the piece of music is. It's literally a cinematic. It's not really even a piece of music.
So Blue Mock says with the quantum and AI, actors are about done.
Yep.
Well, that's like, the thing that they've been doing with AI, just capturing the actor's image, and then, they're no longer with you. You can put them in, they can put them in the movie if they want to. So,
it's freebeat.ai, Chris.
Freebeat.ai.
Yep.
Richard says he feeds his scripts into a thing that makes the pharmacists believe it. That did not go in the direction I thought it was going in at all.
I just realized how horrible the name of that website is.
So Chris is saying send him the link.
I put it in the chat, even though it's not really a link, but you can copy and paste it from there. I don't know what it does on the free side of things. I was given access to test it out.
Yeah, Steve, I love the Shiner stuff is pretty good. The Shandy is a little bit lighter than what I drink, but still very good. Yes. Oh, Bo is reporting in that Motor City has a Hamer Explorer Cherry Sunburst. So is Bo getting another Hamer Explorer? Is he? Are you, Bo?
Sweet, they're downloading.
Don't tempt him.
You have 6 weeks.
So if you could do anything, what would it be that you would want to do?
As what? Musically?
Yeah, musically.
I wanted to always so once I realized how much of a pain in the butt being in a rock band is, I wanted to score movies. Because you get to sit in your studio and just, do whatever you want, well, to what they obviously are asking you to do.
Whatever their parameters.
And I got to do that for a little bit, as far as like indie video games and things like that. And if I could get that as a steady job, I would totally quit my job right now.
Vox Guitar says, I heard the Epiphone prices came down a bit. Did they? Anybody know?
I haven't been looking. I've been trying to stay off of the websites that make me buy stuff.
And Ben says, somebody needs to buy an Explorer. It's been a week since someone did. And they're going back and forth. Bo was telling Chris, you started it, and Chris is saying Ben and the crew started it, which is pretty much kind of true.
Depends on who you believe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know how these things really start is anyone's mystery.
Oh, I think I got them all. Woo! Now I just got to go to my video editor and put it all together.
Okay. So Zach is saying that set last night, so last Saturday night, people that put their StreamYard links in the chat seem to taunt me and to click on them.
Well,
Oh, yeah. That's their purpose.
Did you click them?
Yeah, did you click? Just what we want to know.
Did you click 'em?
Follow through, Zach Long.
He's like, some of those were horrible. I don't know what you clicked. I'm sorry.
So Blue is warning Vox that be careful with the Epi. Some of the videos showing the quality was not what it was a couple years ago. So check in person and be ready to return. Oh my. It does seem like a lot of rockers from contentious bands end up scoring films. Excuse me.
I mean, I'd rather be doing that. Well, I apparently downloaded the very same folder 20 times. 32 times.
The same folder.
Well, they just all started. It's a good thing I have a really big hard drive. That could have been bad. All right, I have it. But for some reason, it starts off with a Porsche. I did something wrong.
How did you get something? Given what you described, how does it start with the Porsche?
I don't know. There must have been some like sample stuff I didn't take out. There's like descriptions on how to do things. We're learning. Whoops is all I got to say. I don't want to remove stuff either. That's fine. That's my best Seth impersonation. I don't know.
It's not bad. Not bad.
Not bad.
It kind of diverged a little bit, went nowhere quick, and came back.
Hold on. I don't feel good. See, that's not the same song. You can't do anything about that.
So Bo's advocating for all the Explorer folks to get together and take a group pic.
Do it. It'd be like the Hollywood Squares.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's in their little square.
We'll have to do a special Zoom hang of all the folks working there. Okay, now we take a screenshot.
How many people's backdrops do you think it will become?
Well, graphite and cigars. The answer to that question is that fucking believable got a Explorer a week ago.
Did
rather nice one too.
It is.
So the answer from Zach Thong was yes. I went on last Saturday night called Camp Jime. Okay. So he followed the links, Matt.
I'm sorry. We can't be held responsible.
That's a good question, Keith. Has anyone heard from Ryan Hall?
He left a comment on one of Ben's videos.
Yeah, we're wondering how that surgery. I think we're all wondering how that surgery went for him.
Yeah.
But you go through that kind of thing. You don't really want to be getting with a bunch of people real quick.
Nah. I'm probably gonna go lay down for a bit.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
don't touch me.
Of course, Ken is saying you got to join the Explorer Club, folks. You gotta get one.
Have an Explorer-shaped object.
Yeah, I think that we all have that guitar, right? That we think that everyone should have at least one. Like for me, it's a Telly. Right?
I think as long as you pick it up and want to play it, that's all that counts.
Mm-hmm.
I know people that got guitars and they don't really like them, but they just keep trying to noodle away because they want to be better at guitar, but they hate that guitar, but they refuse to get a guitar. I'm like, bro. I'm like, you're missing the first point. Is to be comfortable with the instrument.
You're right, though. If you like the way it feels, you're gonna sit down. You're gonna play it more. I think it's why my Guild Acoustic is really kind of my go-to. It's the one I will pick up before any of my other ones, just because I know that when I pick it up, it's gonna feel good. It's gonna sound good, and I'm gonna enjoy playing it.
Exactly. Well, I have a couple guitars I bought because nostalgia reasons, right? I never play them. They suck. I'd have to put a lot of work into them to make them good.
What was the guitar that you always wanted? You got it, and then you was just like, really? Come on.
Iceman. It looks so cool. Then you get one in your hand, you're like, this is not that cool. Oh no. I mean, the newer one's not as bad as the older ones were. They were a little bit boxier.
Exactly, Vox. Exactly. Are you really guitarist if you don't own at least one Telly?
Or a Telly-shaped object?
Mm-hmm. Glenn Michael Thompson says, a lot of work, but I'd love to write film scores. Closest I came was writing for a theater in a few commercials.
Nice. What's up?
And Matt here, you've written a bunch for some video games, right?
Yeah. Like mobile games and stuff like that. Those ones that you see for like a week and then they disappear. Yeah. Not a whole lot of money, but at least you get the experience of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Which to me I thought it was fun. So I enjoyed doing it. So I'd like to keep doing it, kind of, But you know, there's not a whole lot of money, and it's hard to sustain a lifestyle when you have
Gotta have a day job.
a spending habit as bad as one may have. You know, I like guitars, so I have a lot of guitars.
Cross says he wants a fireman, not a nice man.
Those are cool too. I like both.
And Zach is back. He's the same thing here. My 2 custom acoustics are the ones I pick up all the time and play them just because I can rely on them. Sure. There's a reason why we call it your go-to, right? It's
right. It's
and
the one.
Michael Cross is a friend that's written tons of scores for video games. It was his day job for sure. Okay.
Nice, lucky son bitch.
Richard Clark wants a fireman with a slide mag on it.
Nice, yeah. That's how they would come. Yeah, magnet.
All right. Well, want to thank everyone for being here. Matt, want to thank you for hosting me. This went a lot quicker than, always. Because I just got a notification that Quentin James is in Guitar Talk Universe is live.
So that guy.
We need to let the fellas go on over there. Hey, thank you so much for coming on, everyone. Thank you for being here. Let's see. We got Quentin James and Steve Brand on now on Guitar Talk Universe, and after that will be Charles Green and Mitch Heyman. So, and then our friend here, Matt, will be on at 1 p.m.
1 a.m.
1 a.m. Eastern for his show. And so,
yay!
All right, so everyone, have a great Memorial Day weekend.
Weekend.
We still love our Canadian friends.
Not a Seth.
Not a Seth. All right. Well, have a good one, folks, and thank you for
good night, everybody.
With us.
Come on, people. Charles and me about to take you on guitar safari. So turn on your computer, turn on your phone. 'Cause it's about to go down, 1 volume, 1 tone. Yeah, Charles and me, we're about to take you on guitar safari. Turn on your computer and turn on your phone, 'cause it's about to go down, 1 volume,